Welcome to another episode of RezX, an Indigenous lifestyle show for everyone. My name is Cadmus Delorme.
And I'm your co-host, Erin Goodpipe. On today's show, we have Urban Treaty Days.
We have National Aboriginal History Month.
We have an interview with Wavell Starr.
And we're going to finish off with a performance by the Reckless Famous.
So I wanted to highlight this episode is going to have tons of acronyms so that the audience and ourselves can get familiar with them.
RTSIS.
RAPA.
LOL.
BRB.
Enjoy the show.
We'll be back.
JK, I'm still here. Let's get started. Our first story, we were at Regina Treaty Days, hosted by Regina Treaty Status Indian Services, where each year First Nation status people receive $5 annuity. We were there to ask people what they spent their $5 on. In 1874, we got $5. In 2015, we got $5. Let's ask where that $5 was spent.
I'm Dr. Shawneen Pete, and I just collected my $5. Today I bought a solar light and some toys for Badger. And how are you going to spend your $5?
I'm going to buy one bannock burger.
I already spent it. I'm eating it.
I think I'm going to spend it on getting some Tim Hortons on my way back out of town today.
Oh, I don't know yet.
On Indian tacos.
Indian taco.
Probably just buy a hot dog and if I could afford a drink.
With such a nice hot day like this, I'll probably go and get some Slurpees and go to 7-Eleven right away.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Wow, $5? Does it really go that far? The Streeters was great to see how far the $5 really goes. For me though, I feel kind of cheaped out because I don't get $5. A misconception that every band or Aboriginal person gets $5. I, for example, am from Standing Buffalo First Nation, and I don't get $5. No Timmies for me. Next up is the Aboriginal Talent Showcase, hosted by RAPA, the Regina Aboriginal Professional Association. RezX is there. You know it. Check it out.
This event was hosted by the Aboriginal City Employee Network, as well as RAPA, the Regina Aboriginal Professional Association. And we just want to welcome each and every one of you for taking time out of your busy day to come and help us celebrate on this lovely National Aboriginal Day.
You know, I think it's really important to have this event here in Victoria Park because it's central Regina. You know, it's a free event open to the public. It's during lunch hours, so people are, you know, outside anyways, and it's a beautiful day. I think it's really important to showcase our culture and, you know, just to talk a little bit about our history. Some people still, they don't know anything about us or where we came from. I think it's important because it brings unity. It brings unity of our communities, the community of Regina, non-Aboriginal people and Aboriginal people together. It also gives them a greater understanding of our rich culture that we have, and also to join together in friendship and see what our beautiful culture is all about.
We were here, I guess, honoring our ancestors and our future generations by showing off some basic Red River steps and the sash dance. And we felt it was important to come and to have inclusion of Métis people because a lot of events in the city, especially in southern Saskatchewan, don't have a lot of Métis context. And so that's part of like my passion is to promote Métis culture and heritage wherever and however we can.
I think that what they can take from this is our beautiful songs that we share and our beautiful dances as well, and also gaining a more awareness about what National Aboriginal Day is. National Aboriginal Day celebrates First Nations people, Métis people, and Inuit people as well. So it's a gathering to, like they had talked about, to talk about our past, present, and our future. So it's a great opportunity for us to come together, create a greater understanding, and bridge that gap that there is between non-Aboriginal people and Aboriginal people as well.
Our culture is rich. We have our own language, we have our own dances, we have our own music, that we are part of Canadian history, and we're part of the first peoples who have, you know, built this country as a nation, and just being respectful of, you know, our past leaders and our present struggles, and just honoring that we are one of the first peoples here in Canada, along with our First Nations and Inuit brothers and sisters.
I'm hoping that the people that came today, they learn, you know, just more about our culture, who we are as Aboriginal people. You know, we have a very beautiful way of life, and it was really, you know, it was really an honor just to host this event.
What a great story, showcasing talent both in jigging and powwow. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
At Access, we love technology. Not the kind that costs an arm and a leg and does stuff you don't need. The kind that makes your life easier and more fun, like the new Access Evo. You won't believe what this box holds for you.
Hey Rider fans, I'm Rod Peterson. Join me and a panel of Rider experts each week for In the Huddle, Saskatchewan's only primetime television show on Canada's team. Join me and my panel of Rider experts for all the latest on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Brought to you by Bennett Dunlop Ford.
For the best online dealership experience, it's honestly better at BennettDunlopFord.com.
In the Huddle, Tuesdays at 7, only on Access 7.
Hey guys, welcome back. On this week's feature, our very own Cadmus Delorme interviews Wavell Starr, First Nation sensation, aka, wait, give me one. God's greatest creation? The feature presentation? Every woman's infatuation? The stud of the nation? No time for relaxation? Let's check it out and see if we agree with any of these.
Sitting with us once again on RezX, Mr. Wavell Starr. Welcome.
Cadmus, how you doing, Cadmus?
Good. Wavell is a member of the Star Blanket Cree Nation, a wrestler, father, has a full-time job, has many roles in life. So thanks for sitting us with Wavell. So Wavell, tell us who Wavell Starr is. Where's Wavell today in your wrestling?
Well, I guess I always wanted to be a professional wrestler since I was a young boy. My first show I went to was at the Regina Exhibition Auditorium. It was Stampede Wrestling, and I went with my kokum and my mushroom and my dad and a couple of my cousins, and it was just something that was out of this world and totally captivated me right from the moment I was there. And it wasn't just, you know, the action that was happening, you know, within the arena or in the ring. I was, you know, trying to peek behind the curtains. I would sneak down and try touch the ring and see what the ring was made of and that kind of stuff. So I've always been super fascinated with professional wrestling, so I knew it was my goal that when I got older I was eventually going to try my hand at it. I wrestled my very first match as Donnie Mac because I wasn't sure if I was going to be good at it, and I didn't want to embarrass any of my First Nation people if I was a flunky at it. So I wrestled it under sort of a fake name for the first couple of matches, and then after my second match, I knew that I could do this, and I was going to stick in it for the long term. Over time, I knew that I eventually wanted to try and wrestle in a WWE ring. I guess that was my main goal in the earlier years when I was training with Stampede Wrestling. And one time there was a open tryout that WWE put out through Ohio Valley Wrestling, which was their developmental territory at the time. So I applied along with thousands of other people to try and get one of the 50 or so spots they had for the camp. And I was selected, and I was lucky enough to have some sponsorship from back here at home, some of that support that was able to help me cover the expenses to get down there and get my shot. And when I was there, I was super focused. I knew that was my chance to make an impression, and I did. So I was down there for close to a year and got my foot in the door. After a year, I came home, and that's when I started wrestling on WWE shows. I'd get booked, they were called as an extra, I guess. So you're not guaranteed that you're going to have a match, but you're there just in case. And I got lucky and had numerous matches actually with the WWE, some on TV. And as I sit back now as a 40-year-old man, I can say that, you know, I spent half of my life chasing my dream and I accomplished it. As far as where I am now, I still love it. I still love the business. I have other aspirations now than I did 10, 15 years ago. I like to stay involved, and I like to get involved, I guess, in the administration a bit, also in some various coaching roles with the talent, because I feel I can contribute to preserving the integrity of the business by passing on some of that training and those techniques that I learned from traveling.
So now you're playing more of a coach, big brother to new and upcoming wrestlers.
Yeah, so I'm a player coach. I'm still, like for instance, it just came off the road. We went and did Nelson House, Norway House, Cross Lake, and Wayway Sakapo in Manitoba, up in the First Nations areas. And I guess I was responsible for trying to, putting together the card for the evening, letting the guys know how long to go, and then also being a go-between between the promoter and the talent. So sort of like I guess a player captain, and I'm very comfortable in that role. And I guess I'll always have a place and a way to be involved in the business that way, because there's going to be a time when I won't be able to do the physical part. Yeah.
If someone's sitting there right now watching us and they want to get into wrestling, what are some of the steps that they would have to do to get from sitting in that living room to maybe getting in the ring one day?
I think honestly, it's not for everybody, and it's not for most people. Honestly, there's so much dedication, discipline, and traveling, time away from your families, those types of things that wear a person down. Not to mention the physicality. So I guess first and foremost, it's if you have to think about it, like, I don't know if I want to do this, then generally I would advise you to not, because those of us that get into this and stay for the long term, we know as soon as we get in there and we start rolling around and start training and wrestling our first couple matches, we know that this is for me. I don't have to analyze it, so I'm doing it. But if you are one of those people like I was, like you could have told me don't do it, and I did have numerous people that told me not to do it. It's too dangerous and whatnot. But I mean, I'm my own person. This is my dream. It's my goal, and that's what I was going to do. So for those people, I would recommend first of all to ensure that they're getting in shape. It's hard on your body. It's not natural to be landing on your back, and we do that all the time. And of course, there's the marketability side of it. What promoter? If you want to get work, you have to be marketable to a promoter, and that means you have to have a presence. And it doesn't mean that every guy has to look like a bodybuilder, but every guy has to look something different that the crowd will be interested in watching, that the crowd will be engaged with.
Well, this looks easy. If I brought my right clothes, I would get in here and take you on. But this is all I came.
Did you just say that you would try it?
I would try, but
but he doesn't have the clothes.
If I had the clothes.
If you have the clothes. I just happen to have some clothes. I'm a wrestler and I always show up with gear. Check it out. Ta-da!
Does this go down here?
Put them on, kid.
Up here. I'm about to take on the First Nation sensation, Mr. Wavell Starr.
No, you're not going to take me on, but I'm going to teach him some stuff.
Okay, sounds good.
That was a great interview between Cadmus and Wavell Starr. Stay tuned, guys. Cadmus goes into the ring with Wavell Starr, First Nation sensation. See if he wins or he loses. Be right back.
Indian nation, a proud legacy, a reminder, oh, that is old. Indian nation, keeper of a great.
Hi, my name is Bob Friedrich. I'm the host of Cruisin' on 7. We take you all over Saskatchewan and show you some of the coolest of rides and some of the best car shows around. Watch Cruisin' on 7 on Thursdays at 7, only on Access 7.
Yep, always that way. Try. Start from your standstill left. There you go. You need to work on your tan, buddy.
I don't have shorts that go this high, so I can't really work on the tan.
So generally, lock up and step forward with the left. Go, I guess, kind of like, I guess, throwing a football. Okay. And you step forward, collar and elbow, lock up is what it's called. So we're behind the neck here and over the arm here. And it's just basically how you start off every match. So there's got to be a little bit of contact because it's your opening of the match, and so it should look like two big angry bulls going at it. So it can't be just, feeble. It's going to look a little bit solid. Mm-hmm. So like you're throwing football, left, forward, left, boom, there you go. So behind my neck here, across here, and don't be so, right? Like firm this way without leaning on me. Okay, so just one step forward. Keep it from 2 foot plant, just one step forward. Yeah, that's good, loosen up a bit. Let's teach them how to take a bump, and then we'll teach them how to do a lock up into a tackle.
So basically, when you do your back bump, you right, left, basically swing your hips back and do its job basically. And then when you land, you stop that. So like it takes away the impact, so it's not pushed like fat. Okay.
So we'll get you to start by doing a backwards roll. Why don't you just go ahead and show them the backwards roll. Yeah, start by doing the backwards, let's see if you warm up. Build up to it. Now let's try front roll. Now for the bump, I'm not going to do the bump. No. So can you show one more time how to bump, and then we'll just get you to try live. Okay.
So you're landing flat on your back.
Flat on your back with your hands out. So when you're landing, flat.
Try that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's going to jar a little bit.
Okay.
I know the first time you hit, the first time you do it doesn't feel good. 1,500 times it feels okay. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take everything that we did so far and we'll do what's called a tackle. So we'll circle. Okay, so we're just walking through this and just give me a good lock up. So what I would do here is just swipe your arm out this way and bring your head in. And a lot of guys make the mistake of going down like this. But we've got to remember that we're on a stage, so we want to be standing tall and we want people to see us like this. Push me off this way. Stay in the middle. And then we're going to touch left, we're going to catch shoulder tackle left to left. And don't turn your shoulder. Flat chest. Just like this. That's good. See how we some contact there? So what we want to do now is we want to bump off of that. So the bump that we just taught you, we'll do it, except I'll actually run through it. So let me actually...
And then I would fall back.
You fire me off. You just want to come to the middle, like this. You got to make it square. See? Okay. Stand forward, step to the middle, push me through, and square up. And then I'll run through left to left.
We'll go left to left, and then I just fall back. I got it. Maybe you'll see me on another Access 7 for wrestling.
And maybe not.
Oh, that was awesome. That's awesome. First Nation sensation, Wavell Starr.
Yeah, baby.
Wow, another episode.
Oh, there was so much to go on. Urban Treaty Days.
Urban Treaty Days, watermelon eating competition.
I learned so much technique from you. Like, where'd you learn that?
Oh, you know what? Just close your eyes and just grab anything. Hopefully there's this watermelon on the table. I did not win, FYI, since it's an acronym episode.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. You know, Urban Treaty Days is a time to bring a lot of people in Regina together, not just status First Nation people, but come and take part in the festivities. It was a great. We also did streeters there.
Oh, the streeters. What did you buy with your $5?
You know what? I bought Tim Hortons.
Of course.
For me and my co-pilot, who was an employee at work that day.
How much did you get?
We had enough for 2 coffees, a little bit of change.
Okay. Just pocket change. Wavell Starr, how are you feeling after that? Tell me. Lift your leg up.
I learned. I learned that when you're gonna wear wrestling clothing, make sure you maybe should do some waxing or something like that.
Yeah,
But you know, on a serious note, you know, wrestlers, they rely on one another. One thing I learned wrestling with Wavell is that our techniques had to be the same in order for both of us to be safe, because it's a rough sport. It's a rough hobby. But Wavell, First Nation sensation, is amazing at what he does. And kudos to Wavell and all other wrestlers.
Oh, well, thank you so much for sharing that learning experience with us, Cadmus. Next up, we have a performance by the Reckless Famous from North Battleford. Check out Adam Jack and his Moves Like Jagger.
to Canada. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey yo. You see, it's about all of these alphabetically correct people who are meandering from east to west without prejudice, with much love and respect. Saskatoon residents, all doing their own poetry thing. You see, these are a few of the things that I thought when I was walking down 20th Street, man.
Thank you.